You ever wanted to make your own Minecraft server? Well, in today's episode of James on IT, we're going to do just that. Let's get to it. So, first step, if you have any computer, it doesn't matter, an old desktop, or you can create a VM or a cloud PC, all you need is a computer, and you can create your own Minecraft server. Now, in today's episode, what we're going to use is we're going to use Linux, and I've got mine virtualized. I recommend you do the same. And if you have interest in that process, by all means, let us know down in the comments what kind of videos you would like to see us do, because I'm always looking for ideas. But what we're going to do, I'm going to assume you already know what Linux is. If you're not sure, check my other videos out on Linux and how to get used to it and get started using Linux. But we're loading up just a simple Ubuntu machine, Ubuntu server. There's no GUI. We're going to do all 100% command line in this video. And you can follow along yourself with the video as we go through and do the commands. Just take a spare computer or spin up a VM, load Ubuntu server on there. I recommend the LTS. That way you have updates for it for long term. And in this instance, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and assume you know how to get that installed and SSH into it. This is just a minimal Ubuntu install. It doesn't have to be Ubuntu. You can use whatever Linux distribution you want. I should add, I picked Ubuntu just for simplicity's sake because I know all the packages are on there and what those packages are called to make it easy. So let's go ahead and get started with this. So we're here on our Linux server, and you notice I've called it Minecraft Test. And we're going to do a few things here. First off, we need to make sure that we got the right packages installed. So we'll just do apt search, and what we're looking for is the JDK library. We'll call open JDK. And you'll see that there's a bunch of open JDK packages here. And as we'll just kind of scroll up here, you'll notice with the different ones, the one that you want to run a modern Minecraft server is this one right here, this Open JDK 21 GRE headless. So we're going to grab this one, and we're going to do sudo apt install Open JDK 21 GRE headless. Type in our super secret password. Now, as it installs, what this is this is installing our Java environment. You need to have Java installed in order to run the Minecraft server. So now, there's a few other things I want to do. Let's make sure all the rest of the packages are installed that we need. So another one that I like to make sure about, pretty 99% sure it's installed in Ubuntu, but I want to make sure real quick, is we'll do a sudo apt install and screen. You'll want screen. No, it's not installed, so let's go ahead and install it. Screen we're going to use for allowing our server to be able to continue running without needing us logged in. So we can get out of our session and we can leave screen up while we're running our server. The next thing we want to do is we want to add user, and we're going to call this user MC. Oh yeah, it would help if I did a sudo in front of that. We'll give this a super secret password. Yep. All right. Now we've got our user MC added. Now, what we'll do in order to get MC working is we'll sudo into MC. So this new user that we created, his name is MC for Minecraft. And the reason we do this is we want a regular, normal user running our Minecraft server. We don't want a privileged user. We don't want something that can run sudo commands. We don't want something that has any type of access on the system other than basic user. The less privileges, the better, because if our server's compromised, if it's on the internet and compromised, we don't want the entire server compromised. We would rather just have this one account compromised, because you can always blow away, copy your world over, blow it away, and restart it, and you'd be fine as can be. But now that we have this added, so do clear, so we can clear our terminal. And what we want to do is we want to look up the Minecraft download page for the server download. So our download page, if we just go here to download server, and here's our Minecraft server download. So we will, if we click on this, we're going to automatically download it to our box. We don't want to do that. Instead, what we want to do is we want to right click on this and we want to copy link, because we want to download this directly on the server. So let's move that out of our way. And we're going to use a command called curl. We're going to paste this in here. And we're going to say output, and we're going to say server.jar. Hopefully I got the syntax right. We'll see. Yay! Okay, so it just downloaded it. And there's our server.jar file. So what I did here, let's break this down real quick. We used a command called curl. We took this link that we just had that I copied from the website, and then we said, okay, we want you to take what you download here, this server.jar, and we want to output it to server.jar. Now you can name this whatever you want. I just left server.jar because it makes it easy. Now, typically what I like to do though, too, is I like to name it after the version. That way I always know what version there is. So if we copy this real quick, go back into our terminal, we can move our server.jar because we misspelled it, because I'm great at that, and we'll call it Minecraft server 121.1.jar. So there that is. Now the nice part about this is, go back to our browser, it actually tells you what you need to do in order to get Minecraft working. So let's grab this. We're just gonna grab this whole string. Now what we want to do is we want to go back in here, our server, and let's create a file. We'll call this start Minecraft. .sh. The reason we're calling it start Minecraft.sh makes it very obvious what it is. .sh because this is going to be a little shell program that's going to start our server for us, as you'll see here in a moment. Now, oh, we do not have Vi installed on here. All right, well, you can use Nano or something else. Personally, I prefer using Vim. So let's go ahead and we're gonna exit. I'm gonna do a sudo apt install Vim, because every server requires Vim to be installed. I'm surprised Ubuntu doesn't do that. And then we'll go back into our MC account. Hopefully, yeah, I figured I just misspelled that. There we go. And then we'll go back into our home directory. There we go. And now we're back here. So if we, let's see, go now to Vi. Oh, we've got it. All right, let's go into insert mode and we'll paste this bad boy in here. Now, the nice part about this is it's already named the name of our server, which is 121.1.jar. No GUI. Now, one thing that we want to do though is look at this first part of this line. So this XMX, that's maximum amount of memory usable, and this MS is the least amount of memory. So let's make this easy. We'll just open up our calculator. Now that basically, that 1024, that is 1 gig of memory. So it's 1024 meg. So if we take that 1024, now in this personal VM of mine, I've only got 8 gigs of RAM. So the maximum I want to use is a good 80% of your machine's capabilities. So for me, it'd probably be around 6 gig I want to use. But for simplicity's sake, let's say you aren't building that big of a machine. Let's say you're just having you and a couple of your friends. So maybe you only have 2 gig of RAM available if it's a cloud hosted system. If so, you may want to only use 1024 meg. If you hit performance issues, you may want to max this out. But just take this 1024 and we're just going to multiply it by 4 for our use in this example. This is 4096. So you could take that 1 gig. How many gigs do you want to use? If you want to use 6 gigs, then multiply it by 6. If you want to be like me and do 4, because maybe you only have a 6 gig VM, or maybe you have an 8 gig but you only want to use half of it, that's perfectly fine. I recommend for Minecraft a minimum of 2 gig personally. The newer systems, they need a little bit more memory. So I recommend you do something like that. But for this example, we're going to do this 4096. So now that we're back in here, let's do our 4096 meg. So that's the maximum amount of memory Java is going to use when it runs our server. And the minimum it's going to use is 1 gig. That's totally fine. All right, now that we've got that, let's go ahead and hit escape. And we'll want to control, right, and quit. Next thing we want to do is we want to make this an executable. So what we do is we'll do +X and start Minecraft. There we go. Now if we see that, it's a different color. We can ls-al on there. We see our start Minecraft here now has the executable flag. That means we can launch it. So let's clear our terminal. And one thing you'll notice here, let me actually bring that back. We only have 2 files here, our server jar file and our Minecraft, start Minecraft script. This is the basics. This is all you need to get this going besides the Java runtime environment on a Linux host. So let's go ahead and get this started. And what you'll see is it actually won't completely start the first time. That's why I'm doing this. We want it to set up the server environment. So we're going to hit this start Minecraft.sh. You'll see it's starting to unpack things and it's going through the first time, and then it drops us out. And you'll see how it says, failed to load EULA. You need to agree. You got to make the lawyers happy. So now let's clear our terminal, clean this up. Let's hit ls. Now we could see we went from just 2 files here, the Minecraft server and the start Minecraft script. Now we have several. We've got libraries, logs, server properties, versions, and this EULA. So let's first edit this EULA. You'll see how it says false. Well, what we need to do is we need to say this is true, because yes, lawyers, we accept your requirements for your EULA, whatever it says, because absolutely nobody reads that thing. And we're ready. Now, if I hit that start Minecraft, we get a brand new world. Now, before we do that, we can check out server.properties here, and you'll notice that the server properties, we have things that we can edit, such as if we want to block flight, if we want to block the nether, if we want to change the game mode from survival to creative or some other mode or adventure, we can do that from here. Now, there's tons of documentation on here that you can call this. You can change the port number that you use. You could change your message of the day. You can say whether PvP is on or not. You can change all these things. We're just going to keep this basic setup just for this video. Again, keep it short and simple, but know that you can go in here and edit this. There's tons of great documentation. Just search for Minecraft server.properties, edit it, restart your server if it's already running, or just start it if it's not running yet. And there you go. So let's go ahead and quit out of this server.properties, and we're going to do a start Minecraft. So now this is actually starting our Minecraft server. And you'll notice it's preparing level world. Now we're keeping everything on the vanilla here. Very, very vanilla. Building our world right now. So if we change anything in the server properties, like we could change the name of the world, we can totally do that. But by default, it's going to select world. And then it builds the spawn area. Our server's up. If we wanted to, we could open up Minecraft and connect to it right now. It's that simple. But before we do that, we're going to type quit here. We're going to hit stop here rather. You'll notice here I typed exit, quit, stop. I forget. With Minecraft, you have to put a /, then stop, and that will save and close your world. So make sure anytime you go in here, you want to close out your world, do that / stop command. That will save stop your world, and that will also make sure that your world level is saved. Let's go ahead and clear our terminal, and if we hit our ls here, we'll see, all right, now we have an ops.json. So here you can set up your ops, in other words, who has administrative rights in it. You can ban players, you have a banned IP list. You can create your whitelist if you only want specific player names to join your server. And then here's our world file. So if we look in world, we can see here's all of our world data from when we create our world. So the last thing I want to show you before we end this video is the screen command. Now the reason we use screen is this allows us to keep our server up even if we're not connected. So if I type in screen, it'll give us a little display and it pops us right back in here. Now, it doesn't look like it did anything because we're right back where we just were at, right? But if we do a screen-ls, you see that there is a screen running. Now, if we do a ./start Minecraft, we're going to start our Minecraft server that we just built. It's going to start. And as we see it starting, there we go. Now it's up. Now the nice part about it is if we want to exit out of our server, we totally can, but let me show you how. What you want to do is you want to do a Control-A-D, and that detaches your screen. So if we do a screen-ls, you'll see that our Minecraft server is still running. Matter of fact, it shows us detached. So if we want to reattach to the screen session, we just type in screen R and then the name, and we jump right in back into this instance. But if we exit it out right now, so let's just exit out of our server, close our session, our server's still running. That's the nice part about it. So let's go ahead and get back in here. We'll do a screen-ls. Now there's no screens for this user. So this is the one thing I want to show you. You have to be in the Minecraft user because that's what we started under in order to see it. So let's jump over to our MC user. There we go. And of course, cd into our home directory. And now let's do a screen-ls and we can see our screen session. So we'll do a screen-r. Poof, we're right back where we were. The server never stopped. So just remember, when you're running Minecraft in a server instance on Linux, make sure you use screen. You use Control-A-D to detach, and then you can exit out. You can safely log off your session. To get back in, just screen-r, and you're right back there. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.